Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure collection video. This is going to be episode 52 of D Hunter's complete, unopened Batman-related action figure collection. This episode is going to consist of NECA's DC and Batman offerings. Now, NECA makes 6-inch scale figures. They don't have the rights for DC figures, but they found a few various loopholes and released some, and some of their DC releases are about the best and finest DC figures out there. I would say 2 of their figures are my top 5 Batman figures, and that is a bold statement. In this video, we'll take a look at everything that I have, both open and unopened. I pretty much have all the Batman-related NECA stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want to see how extensive my unopened Batman-related action figure collection is, check out episode 1, the overview. There will be a link in the description below. So, let's see how we got to this point. Before we dig into this video, let's take a quick look at my overall action figure collection. Here's when I had everything laid out in the house. So I think I've finally done it. I've unpacked all of the figures. As you can see here, we have the Diamond Select Toys Gotham collection. Here's a bunch of my Mezco unopened figures. Some more Mattel stuff. Here's the Legends of the Dark Knight line. This is the Batman Power Attack line. Sort of Batman Unlimited. All my Justice League Unlimited stuff. This is the entire DC Direct and DC Collectibles Arkham collection. Mattel's 1966 line. DC Superhero Girls. All the different NECA Batman figures. Some Target exclusive line. All the amazing Yamaguchi figures back there. Some Spin Master stuff. The Mattel Batman Missions line. Of course, in the very back, it's my entire comic collection with all the recent McFarlane releases in front. And above that, got a bunch of DC Direct and Mattel figures in the last several years. Moving on, pretty much the entire Mattel's The Batman line. Back here in the back, got my SH Figure Arts Batman figures. This side, we've got all the different Mattel Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins figures. Massive amount of piles. Back here we've got the DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series figures, and a lot of them are on top as well. Can't wait to get to that video. That one and the Arkham Collection and DC Universe Classics. Some videos I'm really excited to do. Here are the Mattel figures. I can see the Batman Legacy, Batman Unlimited. It goes all the way from the original Batman line. Here's the Batmobile. And it's going to go all the way to DC Superheroes, DC Universe Classics, and Multiverse. A ton of figures. Great era with Mattel. Fun stuff. But I do like what McFarlane's doing. But I do miss these days, that's for sure. Going back to Kenner and Hasbro. Ton of Batman Beyond. Batman the Animated Series stuff. I mean, that just seemed endless to go through. My word. Look at these piles of unopened figures. Batman Animated Series continues all the way back here. Absolute ton of stuff just stacked up. On top of this table here, got all the Mafex figures and a bunch of one-offs. Some Hasbro, some McFarlane, or Mattel rather, anniversary figures. Amazing Yamaguchi, Kia Asima, all kind of different import type stuff. Then we've got JLA and Total Justice figures. And then on to all the rest of the DC Direct stuff. Bunch of DC Direct Batman related figures. Some more chill in the back here. And I filled up all these shelves temporarily, just storing all these DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And it's almost done. Here's the Mattel Batman Brave and the Bold line. I did not realize how extensive that got. And a ton more Brave and the Bold down here. Moving on again. some old Toy Biz, Super Friends, and DC superhero figures, leading into the Dark Knight collection. Then we'll go to the Batman Returns figures, and then of course Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, a bunch of different Batcaves, and some more animated stuff in the back there. So let's start off by checking out NECA's 1989 Michael Keaton Batman figure. This is an amazing Batman figure. The likeness is spot on. The scale, the details, everything is great. Could use some better articulation, but you know, that's just the way it is sometimes. This guy was a Toys R Us exclusive. Like I said before, NECA didn't have the rights to make DC figures, so they found these weird loopholes. With this guy here, he was released in some sort of 25th anniversary Blu-ray action figure and Blu-ray bundle pack. I read about this guy online, and I remember this is years ago. There were two Targets, one kind of northeast of me, one south of me, both about a half hour away, if not more. I went to the one south, drove in, bam, there were two on the shelf. I was shocked, bought them both, enjoyed the hell of this figure, still to this day. But they were just sitting on the shelf. You didn't have to buy the Blu-ray. I think that was an option. You get the little sort of combo. But really, they just released these figures. They were sold by themselves every time I found them. So let's take a look at the packaging. It is very reminiscent to the old Toy Biz 1989 Batman packaging. See the sort of gold, stars, old school Batman logo. 25th anniversary edition Batman bundle. Batman Blu-ray with action figure, but the action figure just sitting on the shelf by himself on the pegs. I do believe there's a different packaging for this guy. He has a couple accessories, but they're hidden inside the pack. On the back side, once again, reminiscent of the old Toy Biz packaging. It's even got the card that you would cut out. Here's this Michael Keaton figure out of the package. Like I said before, this is a fantastic figure. One of my favorites. The likeness is amazing. Look at the chin, the sculpting on the cowl, the long ears. It has that intimidating presence that he had in the film. I don't know if they actually had Michael Keaton's likeness rights, or if they're allowed to do it because of the mask. For some reason, I doubt they could do an unmasked version. That unique bat symbol to the 89 film. The armor with the abs, the utility belt, the gauntlets. It's all just so accurate and spot on. His boots. He's got this cloth cape. Very well done. Fantastic figure. Definitely my top 5. Now before that figure, this was NECA's first Batman figure, at least as I recall. This was based off the, I think, Nintendo Entertainment System Batman 1989 video game. Sculpt was amazing, but at the time when this figure came out, they said they were not able to make a regular version, not legally licensed. NECA can be pretty coy about those things and lie till the bitter end, and then bam, release something they said they couldn't do before. So you can see at the top, Real Toys, that's NECA, Batman, the Batman symbol, action figure. Now it doesn't really say on here. I'm pretty sure it's for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. You can see the figure. He's done in this weird color scheme, blue and purple. At the time when this was coming out, I bought 3 of these figures. 1 I was going to keep unopened, and 2 I was planning to open, 1 to repaint into a traditional Michael Keaton Batman. So I did just that. I have 1 open, and then I have 2 of these unopened. Never opened the second one because shortly after they revealed they were making a traditional looking Michael Keaton Batman. Not really sure why I still have this one. Should have flipped it over the years. And here's this Batman in the package. The sculpt is great, but the color scheme is ridiculous. I personally never had Batman for the Nintendo Entertainment System. My first video game console was the Super Nintendo, so I didn't have any sort of attachment to this game or this color scheme. I was going to repaint him. Luckily, never had to do that. And they made a third variant of the NECA 1989 Batman. This is the Tech Shield Batman. It's a Kenner homage figure. Kenner made a Tech Shield Batman that looked just like this back in the day. I actually have that figure somewhere around here. Now, this is a Loot Crate exclusive, but it was some kind of repurposed exclusive from like a French art show or something. Really, really weird set of circumstances behind this figure. Love the figure, though. The card back is just a Kenner homage. The Dark Knight collection, Tech Shield Batman, the NECA logo done in old Kenner style. Figure with a bunch of accessories. Flip it around, and exhibition, Dawn of the Superheroes, the DC comic story, February 16 through August 31st. Art Ludique. Like I said, I looked this up a while ago, and it was some sort of French art show or something. Maybe I'm not remembering right, but it was an exclusive that never came out, so they repurposed it for Loot Crate, and I'm happy they did. Here's the Tech Shield Batman out of the package. Exact same figure as the regular Keaton Batman, but done with that gold armor. It looks really cool, and if you had this as a kid, it's going to really hit you the right way. Here are the figures I made from the Dark Knight trilogy. These were also Toys R Us exclusives. I don't remember if these were a DVD bundle or what exactly the release situation was with these guys. I remember being lucky, finding, I believe, Batman in the store, and then getting Joker through a trade online. Really nice figures. The only 7-inch Bale Batman that I can think of. And a 7-inch Joker like this, Heath Ledger, the sculpt is on point. NECA does a great job on their sculpts. Batman for Batman Begins. I was really excited about this figure. I love the Batman Begins suit. It's big and bulky, but I did find this figure a disappointment as a whole. Doesn't move very good. In mine, the head just sits way too high up. Batman Begins. NECA. Backside, little description. Batman posed up. Then, of course, the Heath Ledger Joker. Now, every single company has made their own version of him. There are so many 6 and 7-inch versions. Well, he might be the only 7-inch version, but it's one of my favorites, that's for sure. Joker, NECA. Very nice figure. Very nice packaging. Here's this Batman out of the package. It's a nice sculpt. Articulation is very limited. And the way the head sits on my figure looks like a knockoff. The one in the package looks way better. I need to try to heat him up so I can correct that. And here's the Heath Ledger Joker. I have a ton of Heath Ledger Joker figures, but this is probably my favorite one. The articulation could be a little better, but it does everything I needed to do, and it looks probably the best of all of them. I also like the size and the scale. Then, almost at random, they released Harley Quinn from the Arkham City video game. It's odd because it's the only figure from any of the Arkham video games they made, but I'm happy they did. It's a pretty cool version of Harley Quinn, and a 7-inch scale at that. Harley Quinn, DC, here's an image of her, and here she's in the package. Ton of awesome accessories, guns, the bat. Here's Harley on the side, back, holding her bat. Little description there. I wish they'd made more Arkham figures. Here's just Harley Quinn. Nice Harley Quinn figure. I appreciate the 7-inch scale. She's maybe just a tad bigger than the DC Direct versions, but fits in nicely with them. Pretty good sculpt. Nice outfit. And her accessories were just amazing. And then we have the man himself, the Adam West Batman from the 1966 TV show. I believe NECA released some of these guys with a loophole that they were Toys R Us exclusives and they wouldn't be sold on the toy aisle next to traditional DC figures. Maybe I'm wrong about this. This guy might have been part of a bundle with the film. Frankly, I don't exactly remember all the different release scenarios, circumstances. Really cool to have this guy. It seemed like they were shrinking down some of their quarter scale figures. This one, the Keaton Batman. I was really hoping they would continue. Give us a Burt Ward Robin, the Ben Affleck, Batman vs Superman Batman. Those were two things I really wanted NECA to release in 7-inch scale. But they weren't really allowed to make figures in this scale anyway. And I know when McFarlane got the line, any chance of that happening was completely pushed out the drain. McFarlane doing 7-inch scale DC figures. No way they're going to let NECA do that too. Batman, classic TV series. image of Batman. Here he is in the package. He does have some accessories in there. NECA, Batman and Robin, backside, all the old school action bubble effects, his accessories, and the Batmobile. And here's this Adam West figure. It's a great version of him. The color on the cowl, it all looks very nice. The purple, the texturing on the suit, fantastic release. Unfortunately, mine is broken in like 3 different places. A lot of glue, kind of statuesque at this point. Here's a Christopher Reeve Superman figure. I cannot believe we finally got one of these in the 6 and 7 inch scale, and it looks so good. Now, I did get one of these to keep unopened, even though my unopened action figure collection is Batman, because how could I not? Christopher Reeve Superman to potentially go alongside your 89 Batman or your 66 Batman. Oh, it's just a dream come true. DC Comics collectible, Superman, Fortress of Solitude background, and the likeness is amazing. Fortress of Solitude, the back, the Christopher Reeve Superman, looking iconic. And did I mention this figure looks fantastic? Because he does. The likeness is on point. Look at the face, the curl. The colors they chose for the yellow, red, and blue are on point. He's lean, very classic, iconic, from the boots to the trunks, whole thing. And of course, you get that Superman logo on the cloth cape. So for many years, NECA was teasing the release of these DC versus Alien Predator figures. The figures that they showed looked amazing, modern, iconic, normal, traditional. Sculpt was on point, very 90s looking. There was a lot of red tape to cut through to release these. They were delayed for years and years and years. It seemed like they were being blocked at every corner, every turn. Eventually they released 2 of these sets as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and 2 of these as New York Comic-Con exclusives. I think the loophole they were able to release these with is that they had the rights to make Dark Horse comic characters, and Alien Predator is a Dark Horse property, and maybe that gave them the rights to do the DC figures from those crossovers. I'm not really sure. We have Batman versus Aliens from a book I loved as a kid, Batman versus Predator from another book I loved as a kid, Superman versus Aliens, which I didn't own but was well aware of, and then Green Lantern versus Predator, which I don't think was from its own book, but just one panel elaborated on. Some of the most amazing DC figures that are out there are in these sets. These sets are very sought after, and I'm very happy to have all of them. Here's the Batman vs. Aliens set. This is the set I was most anticipating, as it looked like it had possibly the best Batman figure ever. I'm a huge Batman fan and collector, so that was very important to me to get this guy. And I'm also a huge Alien figure collector, so best of both worlds. Packaging is mostly black. A little warning at the top. Batman, comic logo, Aliens, DC, 20th Century Fox. Just black on all the other sides. Now, one of NECA's window box packaging, blank on the inside. And here's Batman and the Jokerized Alien. 2 really cool things in action figure form. Here's the Batman and the Joker figure out of the package. Both amazing figures. Even though the Jokerized Alien doesn't exactly make sense, it still looks great. And then Batman. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's one of my favorite Batman figures. Definitely my top 5. 90s, muscular, blue and gray, traditional utility belt, long ears, cloth cape. One of the best Batman figures out there. And I always get 2 of each Alien figure open, at least of the Xenomorphs. So I ended up with 3 sets of these. One to keep unopened for my Batman-related collection, and then 2 Jokerized Aliens for my Alien collection. And I really wanted 2 of these Batman figures. I was so impressed with him. What if one of them broke or something went wrong? Had to have a spare. I know it's crazy, but that's me. Then we have the Batman vs. Predator set. Same kind of packaging, pretty much all black. Comic Batman logo, Predator, site logo here. NECA's Ultimate figures. You got the armored Batman from the comic versus a more or less traditional looking Predator, and they're decked out with accessories. Here are these two figures out of the box. Pretty nice detailed armored Batman. Shares most of the same body parts as the regular comic Batman, but with removable armor plating on top, and then a pretty normal looking Predator. And I did get two of these sets with the intent to display the Predator both the mask on and the mask off. Now let's look at the Superman vs. Alien set. The Superman figure looked to be every bit as good as that classic Batman figure, share a lot of the same parts. Now I don't think I've ever actually read the Superman vs. Aliens comic, although I'm pretty sure there's a part in it where a facehugger gets onto Superman, lays an embryo inside of him, and the chestburster is unable to come out as he's a Man of Steel, impenetrable. Seems like quite an interesting predicament. Packaging is the same. Classic Superman comic logo, Aliens, NECA's Ultimate set. On the inside, Superman, really cool laser eye accessories, alternate head and hands, and then a xenomorph based off the Alien Resurrection body. Here's Superman and this alien warrior. The alien was based off the Alien Resurrection body, which I don't believe had been released at the time. And then we have the Superman figure. Big, muscular, bulky, 90s, kind of angry, intense head, overdone muscles, cloth cape with that nice Superman logo on the back, double jointed everything. Fantastic looking figure, sharing a ton of parts with Batman. And I did have to get two of these aliens for my unopened alien collection. Always get two of each xenomorph. And here's the final set, Green Lantern versus the Predator. I think this was the background panel of some comic where they had a little sort of Easter egg where there was a Predator in the Yellow Lantern Sinestro Corps outfit. It wasn't even like an actual crossover comic, just a little Easter egg somewhere, if I remember correctly. Green Lantern comic logo, Predator with his laser sight. Ultimate figure, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, Yellow Lantern Sinestro Corps Predator, and Hal Jordan has an alternate John Stewart head. What a fantastic release. Excellent accessories on both parts. And here are these two figures out of the box. The Predator detail is fantastic, but I'm sure it's reused of a previous Predator figure. And then Hal Jordan. Head looks pretty good. A little bit too angry looking. Over muscular body. 90s look. The power ring. Very solid release. Wish NECA was able to make the entire Justice League like this. And I had to get two sets of this open and one to keep unopened. That way I could have John Stewart and Hal Jordan. They're completely different characters, and it works perfect. And I wanted the Predator both with the helmet on and mask off. So that was a look at my entire Batman-related NECA DC action figure collection, both open and unopened. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. NECA makes some of the most fantastic DC figures that are out there. Say what you want about NECA, but these figures are totally on point. My next video is probably going to be the Diamond Select Toys DST Gotham line. Really big fan of that line as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure collection and action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.